Hi, car enthusiasts. We all know that every trip to the gas station feels like a punch to the wallet. But here in 2025, the big question is, are EVs finally cheaper than gas cars? And more importantly, is it already worth it here in the Philippines? I'm an auto industry professional, and this is our channel. Now, to answer this, let's take the example of a compact sedan like the Toyota Vios. Right now, the average price of gasoline in Metro Manila is around 65 to 70 pesos per liter. On the other hand, electricity from Meralco is around 10 to 12 pesos per kilowatt hour. That's where things start to get interesting. First, let's look at the EV advantage. In terms of fuel or charging cost, the EV is obviously cheaper. Comparing the two, you're saving about 2,300 pesos every time you fill up. If you're driving daily, that adds up to thousands of pesos in savings every month. Not only that, EVs are also cheaper to maintain because they have fewer moving parts, no oil changes, no spark plugs, so regular maintenance is cheaper. Also, unlike gasoline prices, which rise and fall depending on global events, electricity, while still not cheap, is relatively more stable here in the Philippines. But there's a catch. It's actually quite expensive up front. A brand new Toyota Vios costs around 900,000 to 1 million pesos. A Nissan Leaf, 1.9 million and up. Even the more affordable BYD Dolphin is around 1.4 million. That's almost 50% more than the Toyota Vios. So right off the bat, you're paying a lot more for an EV. Another challenge is insurance. This can also be more expensive for EVs, and if you don't have your own garage, charging is a challenge. Yes, there are charging stations at malls and expressways, but they're still limited. Now, despite these challenges, EVs are slowly becoming more popular here in the Philippines. In fact, last year, 2024, EV sales reached over 700 units, a significant jump from the previous year. This figure do not include EV sales of BYD and Tesla, so more and more people are choosing to go electric. Now, when will these EVs become cheaper than their gas counterparts? To answer this, let's do some quick math. Let's assume you're buying the Vios 1.5 GCVT for 1 million pesos and the BYD Dolphin for 1.4 million pesos. You'll add 30,000 to 50,000 for insurance and registration. Let's ignore the rest of the expenses and focus on fuel and maintenance. If you drive around 50 kilometers a day, you'll break even after about 7 to 9 years thanks to fuel and maintenance cost savings. However, if it's just a weekend car and you're only driving around 100 kilometers a week, gas might still be more practical. After the break-even point, the EV will start to save you more money. You won't have to worry about oil changes or fluctuating gas prices. And according to BYD, their EVs come with a battery warranty of up to 8 years or 160,000 kilometers. That means you won't have to pay for battery replacement during this period. To summarize, charging is definitely cheaper than fueling up. The real question is, can your budget handle the higher upfront price of an EV? If yes, and if you'll use it daily, then it's worth it in the long run. But if you're not driving that much, or if you need a car for the business, a gas car might still be more practical. Let me give you a real-world example. Let's say you're buying the Vios 1.5G CVT for 1 million pesos and the BYD Dolphin for 1.4 million pesos, 1,000 kilometers a year. Vios fuel cost, assuming an average fuel economy of 15 kilometers per liter and an average fuel price of 65 pesos per liter, the total fuel cost for the Vios will be around 65,000 pesos a year. EV electricity cost, assuming an energy consumption of 15 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers and an electricity rate of 10 pesos per kilowatt hour, the total electricity cost for the BYD Dolphin will be about 22,500 pesos a year. That's a savings of 41,000 every year. However, the BYD Dolphin costs 400,000 more upfront, so it will take more than 9 years to recover the difference. Now, if you add in the cost of maintenance and the savings in fuel, the break-even point will come sooner. Pros of EV and PH context: huge fueling cost savings, lower mechanical maintenance, cleaner and more sustainable. Cons/risks: high upfront price, charging infrastructure still limited outside major cities, range anxiety, battery health over time, electricity rates might go up, resale value, uncertainty. What do you think? If you had a Philippine peso 1.5 meters budget, Would you go EV today or wait a few more years? Comment below your choice and why. If you liked this, give it a thumbs up, share with friends, and subscribe. In the next video, I'll compare models available in the Philippines, BYD, Nissan, Leaf, Tesla, and other EV brands, and show which one gives the best total cost of ownership over 5 years. See you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more car insights, all from a Pinoy perspective. See you next time.